This episode is brought to you by The Park People. The Park People is a nonprofit working with communities to plant trees and improve parks for a healthy, resilient Denver. In times of funding and resource scarcity, the Park People need your support now more than ever. Support the Park People by donating via their Colorado Gives page, and your gift will be doubled thanks to an anonymous donor. Your donation ensures all Denverites have access to the benefits of trees, parks, and green spaces. Home of the Denver Digs Trees program, the Park People has planted over 70,000 trees throughout Denver. Learn about the benefits of planting trees this Colorado Gives Day at theparkpeople.org. That's theparkpeople.org. This episode is brought to you by Warren Village. Do I pay rent or pay for childcare? It's a painful question that thousands of single parents in Colorado have asked themselves. But for 50 years, Warren Village has given them an answer. Warren Village provides both safe housing and high-quality on-site early learning centers for low-income single-parent families. As they regain stability, their advocates help families pursue their dreams with career coaching, resource navigation, and mental health support. This Colorado Gives Day, you can help families rewrite their stories. Visit warrenvillage.org to donate and spark change that lasts generations.
Today is Friday, December 5th. I'm Paul Caroli, and here's what Denver's talking about. Welcome to CityCast Denver, the show about the state where President Trump has scrubbed renewable energy from the name of the National Renewable Energy Lab outside Boulder. They're now calling it the National Lab of the Rockies. But I think the obvious choice, and you can even keep the acronym, is Release the Epstein List Lab. The National Release the Epstein List Lab, NREL. It can still be NREL.
Trump is such a level of petty that like taking the time. Yeah. Really, that's what I'm thinking about. Changing an acronym. Okay. I mean, there feels like there's bigger things, but we should just call it that then. I mean, although
the National Release the Epstein List Lab, this is a great name.
But there's also people that do really great work there on like the climate and such, and I wouldn't want that for them.
I suspect they might be on board.
I don't.
You don't think?
No. Why would you want your workplace named after a serial?
Because they should release the damn list.
Yes. Is that the way? I don't know.
Anyway, I'm Paul Caroli. It's Friday, and we're looking back at a big week of news. It's going to be a really interesting show because we just have like so many sort of smaller stories we wanted to talk to. I hope we get to everything. If we don't, we'll pick it up on Tuesday probably. But we're gonna go talk about the tragic death of a leading state senator, and then a whole bunch of stuff from real estate to fashion, some viral videos. We're taping, of course, the beautiful Dude.IDK studios in 5 Points. Check out the Instagram to see clips, the clips and the fits.
That's right.
See it all on Instagram. Bree is with me as usual. Bree Davies, hey.
Hi. 'Tis the season. You're not wearing your hat. It's just sitting over there, Paul.
I forgot.
Come on now. We love Christmas. Holidays. I love the holidays in general. It's a lovely time.
I think the hat is my favorite part of the whole season, actually. I just decided I like to wear it now. I've been wearing it around to stores and stuff. People like it.
It's a real Clark Griswold
Spreading
look.
the Christmas joy.
Yeah.
And we have a great guest with us today. She is one of a few candidates challenging Diana DeGette in next year's Democratic primary to represent Denver in Congress. Melat Kiros is here. Hey, Melat.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Melat, I got a press release earlier this week telling me you had some big news about the campaign.
Yeah, this morning we just announced that we are endorsed by Justice Democrats. We're super excited about this. This is the same group that helped push Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Summer Lee to the finish line, Jamal Bowman. They are really interested in primarying Democrats that aren't actually reflecting our values anymore and aren't really pushing and delivering for working people. So I'm super excited to have them on our side.
Tell us just a little bit about yourself. People are probably meeting you for the first time here.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll get to know you as we talk about this, all this random crap we got today. But what's your story a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. So I'm 28. I immigrated to Denver in 98 when I was a baby on the diversity visa lottery program. So I'm literally here by chance. Huh. We came straight to Lowry, spent half my childhood there, spent a little bit of in Aurora, and left for college and law school, and then moved back to Denver. I'm a recovering lawyer, so I don't practice anymore, thankfully. I am a PhD student in public affairs, and I'm a barista at Whittier Cafe, which is just down the street from here.
Lovely
so I'm
cafe.
So happy to be here. Yeah.
The best.
Beautiful space.
Did you say Lowry's where you moved to?
Yeah.
Lowry
98.
is a finalist in the
Yes.
Denver
Really?
Awards for Best Neighborhood /
Lowry
Street.
really showed out for this.
People came out for
we thought it
Lowry.
was
How do you
cool.
feel about that, Mila? Would you vote for Lowry?
No, I'm going for Whittier. I don't know if it's a finalist. I
It
didn't
is
get
not.
to take a.
Didn't come out.
All right.
Didn't make the
Well,
cut.
We'll have to see who else is on there. Look, I love Lowry. It's very different from when I grew up. So
yeah.
it's
Sure.
yeah, definitely a bit different now. But yeah.
All right. Now, last thing before we get into the real show here. What's your number one policy disagreement with Diana DeGette?
Corporate PAC money. She's taken almost over $5 million in corporate PAC money from Big Pharma, from Big Energy, companies like United Health. And I fundamentally believe you cannot actually represent the interests of working people while you are taking money and checks from these corporations. And when we're talking about 80% of Congress taking money from corporate PACs, and their ultimate priority is to get reelected. And if the people that are going to get you reelected, the people that are going to give you that money are the corporations and the wealthy donors and not the actual people that you represent, that's just a misbalance of power in Congress and ultimately why I think we haven't delivered for working people in a really long time.
Well, that's interesting. We'll have to ask her about that next time she's on the podcast. Obviously, we're going to cover these primaries a lot more next year.
Oh, yeah.
Are you ready for that, Bree?
No.
Politics season coming back again?
No, sure not.
Holidays. It's
We
not
just
holidays.
recovered from the last
I'm in
one.
the Christmas zone, and I will be in the Christmas zone. Like I say this. I just get real crazy about it. It's my space. It's my favorite kind of music. It's just we've already watched Home Alone like 20 times.
How deep are you getting this year?
I mean, so I took out the Christmas decorations, which are literally 12 Rubbermaid Tupperwares of stuff. And I have a very small house. And one of them, I only put half the decorations up. I didn't have time. And one of them's just been sitting in the living room. And last night my husband goes, "This is my favorite Christmas decoration."
The tub?
This tub of stuff. And I was like, "You leave me alone." So I just, we were gone for Thanksgiving usually is when I put it all up. But I'm going to put it up this weekend, Greg. So
I like thinking about you just decorating the tub, just leaving it.
it has like a candy cane striped electrical cord hanging out of it. It's a whole.
Oh, that's great. Okay, well, a little bit of business before we get to the news. Two items. Number one, Market in the Parket. It's a great event, a great place to get some holiday gifts. You need to do your shopping. We're sponsoring their beautiful sweater contest this year. But check out the event this weekend at Aspen Grove in Littleton. Go see for yourself how vibrant Littleton really is, or not. Make up your own mind. Yeah, great event, cool people. Number two, our end of year membership campaign starts next week.
We are going to start bothering you about this, but for good reason. This is how we keep this show going. We need you as members. You help us continue to make this show every day, but you also get a lot of cool stuff. Are we going to reveal some of the...
I think we can reveal some things, yeah.
Okay.
If you want to.
So as you all know, probably, we are doing this Denver is Denver Awards December 18th. We're really excited about it. Tickets are going fast, but if you sign up to be a member, you get a free ticket. You get automatically in while supplies last.
We have set aside some for
Yes,
these new
the
members.
yeah.
We know we're going to want this. So you get the membership and you get the free ticket as an incentive.
Yes. So you get to come hang out with us. You'll be a member, so you get to come to our members only after party.
Mm-hmm.
The Mocochetes are going to be there playing. Kyle Clark's going to be there. I'm trying to think who else we could announce. I mean, it's going to be a big deal, but that's just part of what you get when you join and become a member.
Yeah, it's also ad-free listening, members-only events in the new year, live recordings.
We give
All
you a
kinds
shout
of
out on
good
the
stuff.
show. You get a shout out in the newsletter.
And honestly, just the feeling of knowing that you're doing your part. You're being a good neighbor and trying to keep the city strong, keep the podcast strong, and recognizing that the city's a better place with CityCast Denver in it.
So you can join us.
I'm a member. Yeah. I'll be there at the awards too.
Awesome. Amazing. Why did you join?
How awesome are our members? Here you go.
What made you want to join?
I mean, local journalism is just so important, and it helps that you guys are so fun to listen to. So yeah, I'm really excited to be at the awards, and I'm really proud to be a member.
Thank you. That's really nice to hear.
Blushing. Wow. Membership.citycast.fm. All right. So many fun stories today. But we got to start with one that's not so fun. The top story. In a week of debate over public transit, one of Colorado's leading voices on the subject is tragically absent. State Senator Faith Winter died in a car accident on the eve of Thanksgiving last week. Her funeral is set for Friday at the state capitol. Melat, I want to start with you because I understand you plan on attending.
Yeah.
What did this mean to you?
Yeah. So I didn't know Faith Winter personally, but I know that she really is a progressive champion and is someone that a lot of folks that I look up to themselves. And to know that she fought so hard for things like transit, for things like paid family leave, it's just a loss to the progressive community in Denver. And I just want to be there in support of everyone who knew her and loved her.
Bree, how about you? What did you make of this story?
I mean, it's awful. She's 45. She has 2 teenage kids. I saw a lot of tributes coming through, obviously, on social media, but honestly, it was all women. It was all women legislators. It was women commissioners. It was women board members saying, Faith backed me up. Faith, it wasn't just that she was an advocate and a champion for transit issues and climate issues, also for issues affecting women. And I don't know. I felt like it's always one of those sad things where you get to know somebody better after they're gone. I learned so much about all the work that she had done, and I didn't really know that much about her other than her transit work, which we had talked about. So a huge loss for Colorado. Absolutely. And my heart goes out to her family and her friends and all of her colleagues that shared really wonderful stories about her being a fighter at the Capitol. So,
yeah, I think a couple of highlights. She was the chair of the Transportation and Energy Committee. She served on Westminster City Council before she entered the state capitol. And one thing that's come up quite a bit is she publicly accused a colleague in the legislature of sexual harassment, which led to his expulsion, which must have been very difficult to do.
I read a very deep account from Jessica Campbell, who's an Arapahoe County commissioner, on Facebook about that very situation. She was there that day and how she felt so much. There was so much strength in the room supporting Faith, but Faith was really leading folks and saying, we can talk about this stuff when it's happening. It's not right.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think it exposed like a culture of, not treating people great at the Capitol. But also that gets to the next issue, which is the uncomfortable part of this. There's a piece of this story that has come up in some of these reports about it, but not all. And I think people are struggling to talk about it, but I want us to try.
Okay.
Faith Winter also made headlines for her relationship with alcohol. According to the Colorado Sun, reporting last year, she showed up drunk to a community meeting. Last year, she took a few days off to get treatment. And she's been at the center of this culture of alcohol abuse at the Capitol for years, including her now partner, Matt Gray, who's a former lawmaker who chose not to seek re-election after he was arrested for a DUI while attempting to pick up his kids. Bree, how do we fit this all together into her legacy? How do you think about it?
I mean, people are complex, I think what I thought about here was when something terrible like this happens, a lot of times people get distilled into that one moment. And that was unfortunately one of the more recent moments for her, where this was the story that everybody knew about her, that she was an alcoholic, or that she was struggling. I'm sorry, I don't want to say that, but she was struggling with alcohol. And as a person in recovery, I talk about this a lot. I've been in those situations. I wasn't a politician, but I certainly have been 86th from places and made real embarrassments of myself and for my community and my family, but I'm still a person that's done all these other things. And I think that that's what's important is like, yes, she was a human being. Like it's not a moral failing to me to have an issue like this, but it is unfortunately when you're in the public eye and you're a person that represents people, your constituency, it is a much bigger issue. And I just think that while that is part of her story, I think it's important to focus on the fact that there were multiple things about her that we could know, but that is one of them, unfortunately. And I feel for her family. I feel for her kids. And it's a terrible thing, but it is just one part of who she was.
Mela, what do you think? You're running for office. When people talk about this culture of alcohol abuse at the Capitol, they talk about how high stress it is. This is the world you want to get into. Are you worried about this? Thinking about this at all?
It's something I think about often, this idea of the pressure and the attention and, feeling like you got to be on at all times, and what are the kinds of things that you maybe indulge in to, get through the day and just get by. And it certainly doesn't help, I think, that we have a culture that really just encourages a lot of drinking, and at the same time is not very welcoming to having conversations about people that are struggling with it. And I know and love people that are in recovery themselves, and I think it's important for us to be able to acknowledge that and find ways to support one another without, like you said, Brie, without making that the only thing about them as well. But definitely, as someone who's going into something like this, it's something that I think about a lot, and something that I really try and make sure that I surround myself with the kind of people who ground me and remind me, what's really important, and how to keep the pressure from getting to me, because it's definitely something to consider.
Yeah, I mean, it's nasty as hell is what it is. I mean, I'm looking at the replies on tweets about this story, and there's people like speculating about how long toxicology reports take to come back, thinking about the car crash that she was part of. And
it's easy to be on a high horse when you're anonymous. Like, I just find that to be such a sad part of commentary around this, is like just being some anonymous person that's beating down a situation where someone is dead, by the way. Like, someone's family lost their family member. And like, sure, of course, that is in the background of this conversation, absolutely. But I think the conversation about the culture is really important, because that is not just a workplace issue for politicians. That's a workplace issue for a lot of folks. And alcohol is a weird thing because it's socially acceptable. So it is, it's just treated differently. And I think it's, at the end of the day, we're all human beings trying to do the best that we can. And just those people on Twitter, I don't know. Go get a hug.
Half the time
someone.
They're not real.
Right.
Half
also,
the time
they're bots.
They're bots. They're
bots need hugs too. I don't know. Somebody hug
Maybe
that bot.
They do.
The alcohol thing is interesting. I've been thinking a lot about alcohol this year. Like, I feel like I saw this stat that like more Americans than ever are not drinking.
Yeah.
And I also think about the loneliness epidemic and like the role alcohol serves. Like, some of these lawmakers are like, alcohol is useful. Like, it's nice to get together with people maybe from the other side of the aisle. Like, I wonder about it.
I mean, it's just a medium for being able to connect with people. One that we've made almost like permanent in the social fabric. And, it's something that I don't really drink very often. I did my time in college and kind of grew out of it a bit now. But
sure, go on, yes.
But I feel like it's one of those things where the automatic thing is like, oh, let's go meet at a bar. Oh, let's go meet at a, and I think a lot of people my age are really trying to get away from that culture and are trying to figure out, okay, what are other ways that we can, still be in community with one another. And, that conversation about third places, like places that, right? Like not even just.
I think that's the question is, where are they?
We're looking.
It's like, if people are moving away from drinking, where is that communal third space? Because there is
Whittier Cafe.
Cafes are great, but it is one of those things about bars, is like, it's one of those walks of life spaces where folks can come in from all walks of life, and we just have to create more spaces like cafes, like Whittier, to do that service, because bars are just not where people want to be anymore.
All right, let's keep moving. We got a lot of these great stories here. And this next one is so much more fun. Real estate. Denver's home market is reportedly shifting back in favor of buyers, with more homes on the market and prices declining. But they're still too high for many Denverites. Enter Jason Graff, a tech worker who owns a home in Congress Park but wants more space to start a family. He's not just selling his old place, though. He's starting a company to revolutionize home sales through sweepstakes. If you kick in $5, you'll have a chance to walk away with the deed. What an idea. Bree, what do you think about this?
I called my real estate expert and agent, Emily Cheney, and was like, what is this? And she was like, nothing new. Just so you know, this is not a new thing by any means. And she's like, this had the
sweepstakes thing?
No, realtors have done this before.
Really?
She said there was a realtor here in Denver, Jenny Appel, who did it a couple years ago. Couldn't get enough people to buy into the lottery, and it didn't.
APPEL?
Yes.
I wonder if she's related to the Joel Apple, the what's the name of that invention? I'm just thinking that
the ShamWow?
Yeah,
no. Is it the ShamWow?
Yes.
Are they the ShamWow people?
What the damn? What is it? It's like orange.
OxyClean.
OxyClean. Very innovative. I wonder.
Not the guy in the commercials. That is not related to
but
the
he
family.
worked with that guy.
He did.
I don't
He
remember
did.
any of the names.
But she was just saying this is not a new thing,
Yeah.
this
That's
way of
so
doing it.
interesting.
And what she found interesting was his price point. He's asking what?
$5?
No, for the house. The sale of the house is like
$785.
She's like,
Okay.
there's no comparables. There's no comps around for that price.
Interesting.
So who is going to, you know what I mean? It's like, this, she's like, this guy's trying to offload his house because he's upside down and he can't he wants to move to a bigger house, but he's losing money on this if he sells it at the current, let's see.
At market rate. Possibly.
She pulled up the MLS for me to look at the records. It last sold in 2023, I think, to him for $684.
Yeah, he's told me I talked to him last night. He said his wife got a residency at the hospital in Aurora, and that's why they moved into that place. But now she's graduating. So that makes, interesting.
684. He now wants 735.
He wants a little jump.
And my realtor was like, I did buy a ticket for the record. I love this stuff. I love
really?
you. She's like, I love
God,
She goes, who doesn't love it? It's just a gamble. It's a lottery.
Are you putting in?
No, I mean, I'm not a gambler. This doesn't excite me that much.
Mailot, how about you?
No, hard
kicking
pass.
in. Why not?
Pass. No, you know what? I respect the innovation, or I guess not innovation. I had no idea
I
that
know.
had been done before.
That's what I thought.
This,
She's like, this isn't
new.
innovative.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. No. I think people are just scrambling to figure out how they can navigate this market right now because it's so difficult. I see that it's getting a little bit better on the buyer side, but no, it's still impossible.
Anybody do a street view of that house?
No.
Oh, you should.
It looks, I did see the
You should.
picture on his website. It looks like kind of one of these newer.
Yeah, you should see what's around it.
What's around it?
Well, that's why I was like, Emily, what's the deal with this? And she was like, look at the street view. You literally look at like a power substation across the street is the whole
$785K.
the whole wall of it. And then she's like, it's like right off of Colorado Boulevard and like 2 blocks off of Colfax. It's not a super, she's like, it's not an undesirable neighborhood, but for the price point that he's asking, that's just not realistic.
Well, the price point's $5 though.
Well, she's saying if he's trying to sell his house, like he's trying to get to this
to get
price,
a piece,
right? But I guess she's just saying like it's an interesting way to sell your house. It's just really all it is. It's not like it's not necessarily like some innovative way to buy and sell houses. She's like he's testing the market.
He's crowdsourcing.
You know?
Is what
he's
doing.
crowdsourcing his money and testing the market. But she's like it's just like. She goes, I mean, if I won, cool. I just turn around and sell it. You know, I don't want to pay taxes on my winnings. So.
Well, she said, that's a good point. But Jason told me like, if you, gosh, there's so much about this that he said I want to talk about. Speaking of the piece that he gets to take, right? The business model for this company. The company is called Full House, FULHOUSE, one word. So that's how you find it if you want to participate. Their business model is, so basically they're cutting out real estate agents. And typically, apparently, according to Jason, take a 6% cut, the 2 agents on either side.
Okay.
The platform, his company, would only take 4% of a fee for the sweepstakes. So that's where his angle is. He's trying to make a little money on this. Well, hopefully help other people. Apparently he told me he's had numerous people reach out to get their homes on the platform.
Huh.
And he said that since they paid for a sponsored post on Naked Denver's Instagram account, which was his marketing plan, the investment in the sweepstakes has jumped from $1,500, mostly from his friends and family, to $8,000.
I mean, that's a big jump, but it's still, you got a ways to go to make it
get
work.
to 785.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I also wonder is if there's enough people in a city that are interested in a game like this. But again, like my letter was like, it's the lottery. It's just like playing the lottery. Like there's no, I just want to say she didn't think there was any harm in it. She was just saying this has happened before. It's not like a novel idea. Mm-hmm. But I was like, what is this referrals program? Did you look at it at the bottom? If you scroll down the website, there's this referrals thing and it puts you on a leaderboard and you can win tickets to other things.
Oh, gamified.
Yes.
Love it.
And so it's like, she's like, so, if you put it on your TikTok and you say, click my referral link and then people go and click to it, you get on the leaderboard. So she's like, it's not anything that's not already happening online. But I just thought that was interesting. I just really would encourage folks to look at the street view and see what you're potentially
also
looking at.
No home inspections. That's the other thing.
Yes.
If you put in $5, I mean, obviously you're getting a deal if you win, but what are you buying?
Also,
what kind of home are you taking on?
That house, since it was built in 2018, sold in 2018, 2020. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. 2013 is when it was built. Sold in 2013, sold in 2018, sold in 2020, sold in 2023. That doesn't look good to me as a buyer either. What's going on there?
I wonder. I mean, that's a good question. That's a good question.
The prices are crazy too.
Mila, I want to ask you about a quote. Jason sent me this. This is, so he has a mission. This is bigger than just making money for his company. He says, Full House recognizes the system is broken. Our goal is to start making an impact on this problem on a micro level. We want to give the opportunity of homeownership to anyone, even those who may otherwise not have the ability to own a home, given the affordability crisis we are in.
I mean, I respect it. I do. But, the thing I tell everyone is that we can't do Band-Aids anymore. And this feels like a Band-Aid. It's not something that realistically can scale. It's fun and exciting in some ways, but this doesn't really address at all the fundamental issues that we're having in the housing market. So yeah, if you got $5 to spare and you like gambling, go for it. But this is not going to be how we address the housing crisis.
I think we should leave it there, but I want to hear from you all. What do you think about this Full House model, the home lottery sweepstakes? No, not a lottery. Specifically not a lottery. He said legally, not a lottery. It's a
raffle? Oh,
it's a sweepstakes.
Okay.
Legally.
Right, okay.
Anyway,
how do
link
they
in the
pick
show notes.
Winner?
He has hiring a third-party auditor to look at all the data and do the picking for him. And he's going to do it live on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Does he have a date?
He said, I think he told me end of March or April.
Okay.
For this first one.
I want to know if anybody bought a ticket.
I do too.
Let us know if you bought a ticket.
Why'd you buy a ticket? What do you think about this whole thing? 720-500-5418. It's text or voicemail. Let us know. We're going to go to a break, come back, talk about some more ridiculous new stuff.
It's time to go over to our CityCast Denver neighbor and sponsor of this week's episode, Elizabeth Martinez with Compass Real Estate, for our weekly segment, Navigating Denver Real Estate, to answer all of your Denver housing market questions.
Hey neighbors, this week, let's head to the west side to Barnum. In 1878, showman P.T. Barnum, yes, that Barnum from Barnum and Bailey Circus, bought roughly 800 acres of land in Denver's west side with the idea to develop the land as a suburb of Denver with winding streets and hilltop lots with mountain views. Legend has it he was hoping to winter his circus animals here. But the animals never came, and Barnum barely set foot in Colorado. But the person who truly shaped the neighborhood was actually his daughter, Helen Barnum Butchell. In 1884, P.T. transferred the land to her and her husband, reportedly for just $1. After realizing the land was muddy, hilly, and difficult to build on, the pair ended up subdividing and selling off the lots individually, which is why the homes may differ plot to plot next to each other, being individually built. Barnum West, which is west of Perry Street, came along after being incorporated into the city of Denver, developing more fully after World War II, and the architecture reflects that history, mostly mid-century ranches. Around Barnum Park itself, you get sweeping front range views, wide open green space, ball fields, rec center, pool, and one of the most underrated skyline overlooks in Denver. It's a neighborhood shaped by ambition, family legacy, and real everyday people. My mother-in-law was born and raised here too, and that's what makes it so special to me. Sharing these stories is one of my favorite parts of Market Education Day, because understanding where a neighborhood comes from helps you understand why it feels the way it does today.
This segment is sponsored by Elizabeth Martinez with Compass Real Estate. Have a question about Denver real estate? Use the link in the show notes to submit it. Elizabeth might answer your question in next week's segment. This episode is brought to you by MultiPass. Creative communities are built on an ecosystem that relies on artists, producers, venues, and fans. But there's so much more happening behind the scenes that's important too. This is where MultiPass comes in. More than just your average ticketing platform, MultiPass was made by event hosts for event hosts. And when you buy tickets through MultiPass, you unlock a special chat feature so you can connect directly with fellow fans of your favorite comedian, DJ night, dance party, and more. Find your new bestie at a local show, even before you go. MultiPass, designed to help everyone in the event ecosystem win, not just the platform. Learn more at multipass.com. That's multipass.com.
All right, we're back. A couple more stories, a couple hot topics, definitely connected. I'm going to call this the cross-cultural content collapse segment. We're going to talk about this hilarious trend of Colorado hats trending in China, but we have to start with these videos going viral out of Aurora this week. I'll describe it, but we'll include a clip for the show. The video that hit TikTok shows a woman walking around an Aurora Walmart asking employees if they speak English, and none of the 5 that she talks to do.
You say amigo. You speak Spanish too?
Yes.
No, I need English.
Not speak English.
I need English. So you work here. Can you go get me someone that speaks English?
Not speak English.
I know that. But go get somebody that speaks English. You still have to assist the customer. Go get somebody that speaks English. Come on. Come on. Let's go get English. English.
Melat, what did you think of this video?
So stupid. I mean, I'm an immigrant. A lot of my aunts and uncles, English is their second or third language. It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't matter. If your concern is, are they able to do a good job? Walmart is not a warm and fuzzy company. They're not going to keep someone on if they're not able to do the job. And if your concern is your inability to communicate with someone, then I have no problem doing it. I feel like most people in this country have no problem doing it. It's really just an issue that folks have decided to weaponize against, hardworking immigrant people in this country. And it's not fair and it's a waste of time.
Yeah, I feel like there's some implication to it, these videos, like, as if there should be better service. Like it's a kind of an entitlement is what I see. Like
You're at Walmart.
I should be treated by people that are better. And like, so what are you asking for? You asking for some kind of standards or regulations? It's a free market. Go shop somewhere else. If you want to have a certain type of person serving you, you're welcome to go to that other store. Bree, what do you think?
I mean, the racist implications are clear, right?
Yeah.
What triggered me as a former salesperson and former person that had to deal with these people is this is a psychological situation. I've had customers like this. I've waited on people like this. There's something else going on in their life that they are not dealing with. So they are going out and just torturing every random person they can find. I can remember distinctly customers exactly like this, not with this kind of like, do you speak English, but just like here to needle me about something. And I'm like, please go home and like have a fight with your husband instead of me. Like that's what this feels like to me, is just someone that goes out and tortures low wage workers because they're not happy in their lives. It reminds me of a Christmas Eve where a person comes in at 5 minutes till close and wants you to do a million things for them at this unreasonable time. The cash registers are closed. We have nothing we can help you with. And they're mad at you. That's how it feels to me, is just like this person's getting their rocks off because they can't like get therapy or whatever. So
Well, therapy's expensive, and shopping other places is expensive.
So torturing,
that's why they're at Walmart.
So torturing an hourly employee is like better for that's not that employee's fault that you aren't happy. I'm sorry, people that are happy don't do this to people in service.
I mean,
I've dealt with really nice people in service.
Yeah, I feel like the other thing is that, this is ultimately a product of, the scapegoating of immigrants. And there are people that are really unhappy, a lot of people that are really struggling right now. And then you have right-wing media and all these people saying, well, yeah, it's the immigrants. They took your jobs. They took all the houses. They took all this. And that's why you're struggling. And so it doesn't surprise me that there are people that are going out and harassing, these hardworking people because they've been told that they're the problem and they're the reason why they're struggling right now.
It is just this 2-minute surface interaction. That person has no idea who this person is that they are talking to. They might have more in, it's like such a corny thing to say, but they might have more in common with them than they realize. Like this is just a person at the end of the day that clocked in and came to work. Like, but I agree with, that's really what is happening here is this test to see, like, see, they are the problem. Yeah. See, they are the problem. And it's like, because they can't speak your language. Right. That's not really what the problem
literally
is.
has nothing to do with what
Do we have empathy for this woman who's making this video and has these expectations?
Yeah. I have a hard time empathizing with people that come in and just bother hourly employees. I saw it for 17 years. It's a very, like, once in a while you'll get a person that's like, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm having a bad day. Yeah. And then you go, oh my God, it's all good. And then you get on the level. But that's very rare. Unfortunately. I have empathy for, I hope she figures out whatever's really bothering her.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
I'll tell you what's bothering her. High prices. bills.
Well, you know what? Mr.
Rent.
Walmart isn't working on the floor. The Waltons aren't working on the floor of the store. So that's not the person that you should be getting mad at about the prices, which is, again, a time-old thing. This costs this. I didn't price it, ma'am. I just work here. You know?
I do think it's important to remember. I always remind myself, at least, because like 4 or so years ago, I definitely would have been like, screw this person. They're just miserable and making everyone else miserable too. And for most part, they are. Like, this video is just like not a good look. But I always try and remind myself that no one thinks that they're the villain. Everyone thinks that they're the ones that are trying to figure out what's wrong and trying to help people and help themselves. And there are people that know that and weaponize that and try and trick people into believing the wrong things. And so, yeah, I have some empathy in the sense that I want to get to the root cause of why she feels this way in the first place to try and prevent this behavior from happening at all. Because just like you said, and I don't think it's corny, she probably absolutely does have a lot more in common with those people than she realizes. And that's the stuff that we need to be highlighting.
Honestly, that was pretty nice. I think we could probably leave that there unless there's more you all want to say about this Walmart thing. I thought it was crazy. Very Aurora story to me, honestly.
Yeah. Treat employees nicely, please. That's what I would love to end on is those folks are just showing up, clocking in, and doing their jobs.
Just doing their job.
Yeah.
Okay, the final item in our weird grab bag of a Friday show, maybe my favorite story of all. GQ had an absolutely brilliant report this week about hats. It's a simple baseball cap that says the word Colorado on it. And apparently it's the hottest fashion trend in China this year.
As it should be.
As it should be. You like this hat.
I love this hat. In fact, I have this hat.
You have it.
I have it.
It's not planned, folks. We did not know that you had this hat.
This is the hat.
This is the hat.
It looks great on you.
Thank you. That's what I thought when I bought it. I love it so much. I read the article and they said that this started because Brandy Melville they just have this thing where they have these t-shirts and these hats with random city names on them or state names. And what was it? Rose or something?
K-pop with Blackpink.
Right? Yeah. I got this when I was living in New York. I was like, I want a piece of home. I saw it and it was a great color. I love this color. And I was like, all right, great. So good to know that I have the great fashion sense of all the people in China.
I guess so. That's so funny. So I want to know if these things resonated with you from the article, because as someone who had the feeling that this was fashionable. So the quote from GQ, girls were finding that the Colorado hats actually make your head look smaller, so they're more desirable compared to the NYC hats, said Plotnik, some guy.
Scrap that head diet. Just put this hat on.
Does my head look fat? The Colorado is spread out longer, so it makes your head look smaller. On the Chinese social app Red Note, some Colorado hat wearers said they liked how the hats look American. Others admired the slogan's pleasing symmetry, the elegance of its subtle arc, how the roundness of the three-letter O's complemented the curve of the C and the D. The word Colorado is attractive, apparently.
It's making me think differently now when I look at it. That is a nice word.
It's a nice... I don't know that I put in that much thought when I saw that on the stand. I was like, oh, it's a great color and I love my state. No, and I didn't realize there was all of this science behind the fact that it makes your... I mean, I got a lot of real estate for a head, so that's great to know that this is helping on that front.
Have you gotten compliments on your hat?
On the hat?
Yeah. Have people talked about it or mentioned it?
No, not at all. It's a generic hat. It's just... I mean, I got a few people in New York when I was going to say, if you're from Colorado. Yeah. That's about it.
I thought this was just such a fun, from a journalist perspective, this was a fun dive that someone did because this kind of thing is like a tale as old as fast fashion. I have a million shirts. Like I had a jacket that said everybody loves a girl from Malibu. Like this is a very common thing you see like at Forever 21 and H&M and
it's kind of like a non sequitur phrase or
just like a Paris or New York or
But these
Orange
are brands,
County.
Though. These things mean things to people, you know? Like
but not
Colorado means
necessarily.
something.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the thing that I really stuck on reading the article was how the artist Rose, like she wore it multiple times. And it was like by the 10th time, that was when all of her fans were like, oh, okay, so we have to get this now. And just like the power of advertisement and suggestion. And like I read the other day, are only eating bananas because an advertiser was like, yeah, I'm gonna sell this and we're gonna make this happen. No one was eating bananas before that. So yeah, if you're good at marketing it, as they are in China with this hat, you can get it done.
I think it's easy to be cynical about that kind of thing, but personally, I like in the business of storytelling and talking about how the world works, like I think you add value when you can tell a great story about something that can take a phrase that's meaningless and make it meaningful for someone. And then they have that meaning. That's something you can carry with you. This happens to me all the time. I love taking on things from people and just like that enriches my life. I enjoy that.
Oh, I totally agree with you.
I don't feel like it's cheap or false or anything. I think it's great.
It's communal. It's kind of like you're all in on this thing that you all know about, and you see each other in public or in the wild, and you're like, hey, I know about that thing
Colorado.
too.
Yeah. Rosé.
Yeah.
Blackpink lover. Bree, you're having a reaction.
Well, I'm just looking at the pictures of her and I'm thinking, this is like when you get that item of clothing that maybe you don't really think you're going to love, and then you end up wearing it all the time because it fits right or it looks good or it matches with a bunch of stuff or it's the thing that's the most available to you because you don't have to wash it. Yep. That's what it vibes to me. But also this is part of that. The picture of her in this GQ piece is very much this. There used to be a section in Us Weekly, I think Stars Are Just Like Us. And it was like Britney Spears drinking Starbucks. Look, she's just like us. And so it looks very much like that to me. Like if I want to do the casual version of Rosé, I want to be like her. This is the outfit I'm going to pick.
Yeah, just Colorado, you know?
It's not dressy, but it's like I'm still saying something.
I could go outside. I could go for a hike. I'm going to look at a tree.
I'm outdoorsy.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what her outfit is saying, too.
The business story, we'll hit on this, and then I think that's probably it. But the quote, as it turns out, the Colorado Tourism Office began pouring money into the country in 2016. China, this is the country in question. As a spokesperson from the office told me, the reporter, Andrew Fedorov, they hired a travel marketing firm in Beijing to send Chinese travel influencers on a sponsored trip to Colorado, run Chinese social media accounts, and generally raise China's previously rather low awareness of the centennial state. The most famous and well-known thing about Colorado is the Denver Nuggets, said someone from this travel marketing firm in Beijing, who noted that the NBA has always been popular in China, but urging Chinese fans to fly to American games wasn't sufficient. Instead, they pushed Colorado's nature. The influencers touring the state went gaga over Aspen. They didn't know that Colorado could be so beautiful.
And that's the secret to Colorado. You come here once and you're like, wow, this place is beautiful.
It's actually pretty nice.
Yeah.
I'd like a hat that says the word of the state.
You know?
The name of the state on it.
I mean, I don't know. I'm the person that buys not necessarily like that style thing, but when I'm in another place, I go to like the version of Abstract Denver in that place and buy their cool. Like my brother's got a friend that runs a store in Miami that everything says Dade County on it. And like, I'm not from Dade County, but I loved the design and I would just wear it. So I could see that's just a nice design. Yeah. It just looks good, whether it says Colorado or not.
I really liked the part where they said they actually had to stop the advertising at some point because it had gotten a little too, that just too many people were coming.
Sure. Over tourism.
That's impressive on our part. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love getting stuff like this. I do the same thing if I'm visiting a city or a different state. Typically because I just like the idea of like if I do end up wearing it, someone would be like, hey, I'm from there, or I've been to that place or whatever.
Starter.
Yeah, it's really fun.
We should be embracing this.
Absolutely.
I feel like next time Blackpink comes to Colorado, we should be like, Rosé, she's our girl. We love her.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's repping the state. She's our most famous celebrity.
I mean, we don't really have any super famous people. That'd be great for us.
Yeah, maybe she can do a duet with Nathaniel Rateliff.
That would be something.
Okay, one last thing on this, because I just had this funny thought of like, how would Michael Bennett feel about this? Senator Michael Bennett, who spent years crusading to get TikTok banned because it was a Chinese Communist Party psyop, and among other reasons. And now we see all these Chinese trends in America, like their fast food chains, their boba teas, their cheese foams, and how we've done the same thing with our tourism dollars. I don't know. What do you think? How would Michael Bennett feel? What do we think?
Maybe if he tried on the hat, he'd like it.
Maybe.
I don't know. It's like almost so far from TikTok to me in this story. There's so many things happening in it that There's other reasons to think this hat is cool.
I think it's soft power. That's the level I think he operates on, is realpolitik. You know, how do we increase American power in the world? We invest in tourism offices to promote influencer trips, and we get them to wear our name on the hat and take over the world. And
there you go.
I think he'd be a fan. I think he'd probably be a fan. We should get him a hat.
I can't imagine him in a hat.
Really?
I don't know if I've ever seen him in a hat.
Maybe we'll send him one.
I normally see him in like plaid button downs, tucked
fair.
in. And
I mean, with that color hat though, that could be a dad hat. I mean, that is kind of a dad hat style.
It's good.
Yeah,
That is the original dad hat.
Anyway, let us know. Do you have the hat? What city would you want to wear on a hat? 720-500-5418. Call in, leave us a text, leave us a voicemail. One more break and then wins and fails.
I just want some
yes.
some like very small Colorado towns on there. Like if you really know, like Mancus, Loch Buoy, Montrose.
Loch Buoy would be funny. Maybe we should make hats for whatever street or neighborhood wins the best, the Denver's Denver Award.
I mean,
Athmar Park.
People would wear that.
Yeah.
I would wear that, and I don't even live in Athmar Park.
It's fun.
It's a great idea.
Colfax, you definitely wear.
I mean, 303 Boards has the lock on the Colfax merch. Let's be honest. Theirs is good.
South Broadway.
Some people would wear that.
That's a good brand. Okay, we're going to a break, and then and then more.
This episode is brought to you by the Ballpark District. Celebrate the holiday season at Elfin Around Ballpark, December 13th from 3:30 to 8 p.m. Explore and sip, snack, and shop your way to cool prizes and collect stickers in Denver's ballpark community. Think bingo meets bar crawl, but with bells on. There's a little something for everyone who could use a little holiday magic at this fun and free event. No need to sit on the shelf this season, as this event is designed for solo explorers and large groups alike. Don't miss out on a chance to ring in the holidays the ballpark way and win cool prizes donated by local businesses and other fun ballpark favorites, including the Hello Colorado Rockies prize package. Elf or other festive attire is encouraged. No purchase necessary to participate. Bar locations and the Elfin Around after party are 21 and up. Start your journey at any of the businesses or check in at the official workshop at 2101 Larimer Street, where a gift awaits. Find out more at elfinaroundballpark.eventbrite.com or find the Ballpark Denver on Instagram and Facebook. This episode is brought to you by the Colfax Avenue Business Improvement District. It's back, baby. The best time of the year to snag the present that's going to keep your place on the top of the nice list for another year. A bag of Colfax. Bag of Colfax is Colfax Ave's annual curated gift bag filled with 4 to 7 hand-selected products from iconic Colfax Avenue businesses. Past bags have featured treats and treasures from the likes of Champagne Tiger, 303 Boards, Pampered Paws, The Learned Lemur, and so many more. And this year, there's a very special gift inside, unlike anything offered before. I'm not going to spoil the surprise, but I can say this. It comes from one of the most beloved Colfax businesses, and they are truly pouring their heart into it. A standard bag is only $60, and the VIP option is $85. But hurry, these are going to sell out. They go on sale November 29th, and pickup starts the first week of December at the Learned Lemur. All orders will be fulfilled by December 23rd. You can get yours online today at colfaxave.com/Colfax-programs. That's colfaxave.com/Colfax-programs.
All right, we're back. Best way to end the week, Rocky Mountain highs and lows, aka wins and fails. We each brought a recent local something. One we think is a win, one we think is a fail. We're going to talk about them. Fails are first. Melat, do you want to give us your fail?
Yeah. I pride myself on being able to navigate Colorado snow since I grew up here. And I slipped and busted my ass the other day, and I'm still recovering.
This the rare self-fail.
That was the self-fail.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah, recovering.
Good.
70% okay.
Mine was also going to be snow. It's not, but because I was going slow, and of course there's people speeding around, and I was like, it's icier than you think, and I'm literally going 10, and I'm skidding into someone, and I'm like, this is it. Every year, forget. Every year.
Yeah, I'm slipping and sliding out there a lot. Yeah. I've been driving the Prius is in the shop because I bashed it into something at the airport a few weeks ago. Finally got to take it in, and they gave me a loaner Prius, which is just an older, worse one. Still handles great, but
they didn't give you a nicer, newer one.
No. Has that ever happened? Do they do that? Am I going to the wrong shop?
I don't know. I've never been to a shop that gives you a loan, or I have to borrow my uncle's car.
I was going to say, yeah. I just rely on friends.
This is a great shop. Mile High Hybrid in by Dandelion Coffee over by your Whittier Cafe, Milan.
Oh, okay.
Great place. Mickey is the guy. He was asking me about the podcast. Shout out to Mickey.
Hi, Mickey.
What was I saying? Oh, yeah, the snow. Bree's handles like a dream. Handles like a dream. Bree, what's your fail?
More on the housing situation. Denver had a piece about the Department of Housing and Urban Development is changing the rules to slash funding for long-term housing for low-income people, and that could impact people here in Colorado. The coalition estimates it could lose funding for some 800 households in permanent supportive housing and another 1,300 across the state. So, a little over 2,000 households that are currently in permanent supportive housing could lose that housing. And in a time when we need housing more than ever, every little bit counts. And this just feels like, really? Not what we need right now. So
what's the money that's being cut exactly?
It's federal funding for long-term housing through HUD. And so that federal funding was helping states fund these permanent supportive housing programs. So these are housing for long-term supportive housing, meaning it's long-term and they have like wraparound services and things included. And the funding from the federal government could impact those households that are being paid for in part by that. The coalition is overseeing them.
So this is like about the changing priorities at the federal level about what kind of like homelessness support services are being funded?
I don't know exactly why they've decided that was the thing to cut.
I know Trump doesn't like housing first.
I think that might be part of it, but there are nonprofits are currently suing HUD to block this because it's unconstitutional according to them. So,
all right, my fail. My fail goes to Troy Guard, the chef and restaurateur who made a big splash last year, like August, I think it was. There was this big Colorado Sun article that was all about how hard it is to run a restaurant and how the economy here is so difficult and the regulations are so overburdensome and that you can't make money running a restaurant. And the big piece that got a lot of people talking was about Troy Guard because he said he was abandoning Denver and he was moving to Houston, where it was easier to make money running a restaurant. Troy Guard is probably his most successful place is Garden Grace, the steakhouse, fancy steakhouse downtown. But he owns Hashtag. All the tag restaurants are Troy Guard. And he was like, we can't make money here anymore. I'm done. I'm done with Denver. I'm moving to Houston. So the fail goes to him this week because I read in Business Den that Mr. Troy Guard is back. After a year of us fighting over the tip credit and changing regulations and reducing the tip minimum wage, Troy Guard is back with his tail between his legs and he says, I'm opening a new restaurant. I really didn't plan to do it, but it's a great deal and a great opportunity. And the opportunities to open in Denver are going to be few and far between because it's not my favorite place to do business right now.
Couldn't help myself. I had to open a restaurant.
Yeah.
What a rude thing to say about Denver.
It's like a big exciting announcement and he still gets the jab in.
Yeah.
Like still
it's tough to do
sucks.
It here, but I guess I'll do it. Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Troy.
For your
You're really helping us out.
Yeah. I asked him this week if he wanted to talk about it and I haven't heard back from him yet because I'm just like, exactly how bad was it? Exactly how bad was it?
Bad enough.
I'd love to see some numbers about these restaurants that you're operating, because he's running all kinds of restaurants and now he's wanting to, he didn't say what kind of a restaurant he's going to open. Maybe he's going to open one where it's only screens, you order on screens.
This reminds me of, the billionaires that say, I'm going to leave if you do this. I'm going to go. And then they don't. They never do because it's just a scare tactic. And then they just end up staying or they leave and then they come back.
Well, Trump left New York. Now he lives in Florida. Lower taxes.
There's always going to be the people that end up leaving because of stuff like that were probably already doing everything they could to not pay the taxes as best as they could anyway. So it's not really lost.
It's just like, why are you making so much noise though?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You could just come back and open a restaurant, but why do you need to make so much noise
Troy
about
Guard?
it? Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it's a little
100%.
fishy to me.
Why was it such a big deal a year and a half ago?
For sure.
Yeah,
I mean, the fight has been so nasty. And like what's really relevant about this, why it would be great to talk to him, please come on the show, Troy Guard, would be the mayor says, apparently, reportedly, not a lot of actual facts and quotes on this yet, but apparently he wants to push on the tip credit issue here in Denver in the new year. Have you been following this issue, Milan? I'm so into this.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm a tipped minimum wage worker. I work at Whittier. I rely on tips and Whittier Cafe, and it's a frustrating issue because it's so complex. There's so much nuance to it, and it feels like one of those issues where, you know, it kind of reminds me of the flavored tobacco ban a little bit, in the sense that, like, it feels like we're piecemealing trying to figure out how to address this issue and how to make it easier for, you know, the business owners and the workers, and it ultimately comes down to a fundamental mismatch in, you know, the fact that we even have tipped minimum wages to begin with, and the history, obviously, that comes with that in the first place. But it's something that we have lived with for, you know, decades now. And in order for us to fix it, it's not going to be just one bill to try and fix it by a credit or something. That this is going to have to be either we are just paying everyone the same wage and we do away with tipped minimum wages at all, or, you know, it's going to have to be some kind of foundational
big
change.
shift.
Yeah. And that's tough. That's a tough thing to do. Like, there's so much inertia that we would have to be going up against to do that. And I applaud everyone that's trying to, you know, figure out something and are having those conversations to do it. And I hope that we can find some kind of solution. But yeah, it's not a simple problem.
It really isn't. And it's so fascinating.
Yeah.
I mean, you're so right. It's like decades of like tit for tat, back and forth. No, we're going to change it this way. We're going to tweak it that way. And Americans like tipping.
Yeah.
Americans like tipping. A lot of them do.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like we're getting worn out though with the service fees and the tipping for no service, like
flipping the iPad.
Yeah, and the
everywhere.
like, or you don't even interact with a human being and it's asking you for a tip kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which is
I
hard.
stood at the counter at Shake Shack. I probably told this story. I'm at Shake Shack in Rhino. I stood at the counter over there for 10 minutes just waiting for someone to come over. They're looking at me. I'm like, is someone going to come help me? And eventually I realize, oh, the screen down here is where I order now.
Oh.
They've changed it. I don't talk to a person to order my crinkle fries anymore.
Interesting. Okay.
And of course, it asked me for a tip at the end.
Yeah. No, I agree. I do think people are getting fatigued with tipping now. And I wonder if it might be a generational thing, if just like, because our purchasing power is way smaller now than it was for generations before us. So tipping, I think, maybe probably felt like, you know, this is the courteous thing to do and this is the funds that I have to do it. And now we're like, I can barely afford this cup of coffee now, and now I have to tip on top of that. And so, yeah, there are a lot of folks that are struggling on this front, business owners included, that I really feel for. And, you know, I know the owner of the Whittier Cafe really, really well. She's like a big sister to me. And so I think having that understanding of like, these are real people on all sides of this front that are also just trying to get by.
Have you had conversations with her about this?
Yeah.
About her policy?
Yeah. Well, I mean, she has always been a staunch supporter of, you know, workers, and we have benefits, and you know, she's just an incredible boss, so I adore her. But you know, that the nuance between, you know, there are small businesses and then there are micro businesses like Whittier Cafes, and you know, having such a different scale of business and all of the, you know, just there are a lot of regulations, there are a lot of taxes, there are a lot of just payments on the business side of things. And then on top of that, if we're talking about, you know, changing things with credits, or even potentially something more foundational, like just ending tipping in general, there are so many other pieces to that conversation that we have to be having at the exact same time, or else it's just going to shift the burden in another direction, and then that's going to just go on to the customer. And it's just so much more complex.
Yeah. A business, it's hard to be the one person that changes, because then the menu price gets higher and no one's going to come to the Whittier Cafe anymore, even though they might be paying the same or even less.
Well, and just thinking about regulations that impact a business the size of Whittier Cafes and then impacts a Starbucks, they impact them in such different ways that, like, it is hard to do something so uniform. Again, if you're the only coffee shop doing that, does that deter people from going to you because your prices are higher all of a sudden? Because it's all about it's also the conversation about value too.
Okay, let's move on to wins. We're obviously going to talk about this a lot more in the new year. Mr. Trump had his own idea about this. No taxes on tips is going to go into effect soon. Mr. Trump.
Anyway, man ever worked a tipped job in his life? I don't know. I'd be curious.
He worked at that McDonald's for a few minutes.
Do McDonald's workers get tipped?
No,
that's
they
a good
don't.
point. I don't. Yeah, no,
they don't. I used to
Say-
tip my Sonic. I still tip my Sonic car hops, but that's it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, wins. Bree, do you want to give us your win?
Yeah, this building, it opened like I think in October or November, so it's a little bit late on this, but I've been wanting to talk about it. It's this Buddhist cultural center and worship space
Yes, love it.
on
Yes.
Spear and Colfax. We just hate on, I'm such a hater of new buildings. I wanted to give some love to a really beautiful building. They replaced a really kind of clunky, tall, ugly white building with this gorgeous, like sloped roofs and giant windows. And it's just a beautiful structure. And thank you.
I had this exact same thought driving down Spear the other day. They nailed it. It's
nailed
so
it.
beautiful. The lights, they light it
have
up
to
with
go
different
take a
colors.
look.
Have you seen this building?
No,
Sheila?
not yet.
Beautiful.
Oh, it's so good.
It's
Oh,
the
that's
Soka
amazing.
Gakkai International USA building. And again, it's like a Buddhist cultural center and a worship space. But I was just so happy. Just what a beautiful, thank you for adding something beautiful to our city. Lovely. So that's
The
my-
old one was so ugly, too.
Oh, it was
hideous.
It was just like it looked like a piece of styrofoam, just like a hunk of, it was so ugly. It was just a big white hunk. And this is like warm wood and it's gorgeous. Nice work, whoever did that. Thank you.
I'll go. Milat, you can finish us off. I'll go. I got a tour of the new America 150-250 exhibit at History Colorado last week from Jason Hansen. I think his title is the Chief Creative Officer, Creative Curator. Jason Hansen at History Colorado. He's been there for like 10 years and just such an impressive guy. But I wanted to tour it because there was an article in the New Yorker about how across the country, historians and museums are struggling with how to commemorate this important anniversary for our country because the narratives around what is important about America are so contested and in conflict. And Jill Lepore called out Jason Hansen, had some really nice quotes from him because History Colorado and Jason have chosen to lean in on this anniversary in a way that other places are backing away from even talking about it. And they've put together 3 exhibits. The one I saw was Moments That Made Us, capital US, us. It's 50 artifacts of turning points in history and that showcases different perspectives on them in American history. And I just thought it was terrific. And Jill Lepore called Jason Hansen effervescent. And our museum and Colorado looked so good in this article. I just really loved it. And then the exhibit was terrific. I learned things I didn't know about American history. I recommend everybody do it. I got excited about this anniversary and thinking about America. I've been watching the Ken Burns thing and this was my win. Huge win for Jason Hansen, History Colorado.
So this is a new exhibit
Yes.
it's open now.
It's open now.
Okay.
Just opened a couple weeks ago.
Awesome.
And they have another one too that's about like what was happening in the land that's now Colorado in 1776, which is quite interesting as well. But this one is like great. They hit some like really surprising artifacts and it's so thoughtful.
So there is fun stuff to see in there that you have like never seen before.
The newest artifact,
Okay.
January 6th, Jason Crow, representative from Aurora. He was in the Capitol when the mob took
Yes.
over. And so they have his gas mask that he wore and the pen, because he was, he's a veteran, and he said of his experience, he was like, I was looking around to see if there was anything I could use as a weapon against these guys that were just, the QAnon shaman and such. And all he had was the pen. And so he donated that pen to History Colorado, and it's in this exhibit.
That's cool.
Which is a great artifact of the time. And what a moment in history, of course. Okay, Milat, what's your win?
Yeah. So I don't know if this counts because it's technically a week from today that this happened. But on Thanksgiving, Brother Jeff's Cultural Center, they put together 3,000 meals that they gave away for Thanksgiving. And it was a labor of love. My goodness, I'd never seen so many potatoes in my life. But it was just a massive line of a bunch of people that, those folks were cutting the potatoes. Those folks were peeling them. Those folks were boiling them. I was boiling them. I have some battle scars.
Oh, boy.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, that's some serious.
I'm incredibly clumsy. I have a lot of battle scars from just the coffee shop and everything as well. But it was such a beautiful time and moment to be there, and to especially address this issue of hunger right now, and on Thanksgiving of all days. So yeah, that was a win.
3,000 meals. That's great.
Yeah,
That's fantastic.
Mm-hmm. And they even had a location in Aurora that was doing the same thing, and I think they might have even done more than 3,000.
That's amazing.
How much was donated? So yeah, it was an incredible community event.
Great win. Great wins all around. Great show. Milat, one last time, you're running for this seat for Congress. Where can people learn more about you?
Yeah, definitely. So on socials, it's just at Melat Quiros Co. C-O. Website is quirosforco.com, F-O-R, not the number. And ultimately, I just want people to realize that, this is our seat. That's our house. And it doesn't have to be this way. We can change things. We can fight for things like Medicare for all and Housing First and universal child care, and actually make it so that working people can earn the dignified wages they deserve to build the kind of life that my family was able to build from nothing in 98 when I came to Denver. And it's doable. Justice Dems endorsing us shows us that it's doable. We're putting this race on the map, and I am so excited to see what we accomplish until June 30th, which is the primary.
Wow.
Soon.
It'll be here soon enough.
Yeah.
And we'll talk to Diana to get about this race as well, of course,
yeah.
as we cover this more. We'll get other candidates as well. Milat, Bree, thanks so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
That's all for today here on CityCast Denver. Our producers this week were Olivia Jewel Love, Adrian Gonzalez, Zoe Culkin, and me, Paul Caroli. We recorded the Dude IDK Studios in 5 Points with help from Jacob Rupp and Nick Holmby. Peyton Garcia writes our morning newsletter, Hey Denver. Abby Madigan runs our social media. Bree Davies is our host. Our music is by Los Mocochetes, with additional mixing by Tyler Lindgren. If you haven't already, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, follow us on Instagram at CityCast Denver, and tell Troy Guard about us the next time you see him. And remember, you can support the show by joining as a CityCast Denver neighbor at membership.citycast.fm. Do it right now and get a free ticket to the Denverist Denver Awards, the biggest party of the year, the most exciting, the who's who of Denver will be there. Check out the finalists on our website. You can sign up for our daily newsletter and learn more about us, including about the awards at denver.citycast.fm. See you next time.